Which one is bad?
The ones that I'm taking out are the ones that are not the right shape
你无线给他了吗？
and a small one. They have to be very careful with at the bottom of the bin, and that's why we have the rubber lining there. So stop. And then they check the. Sometimes the leaf comes into the bag, so they take the leaf out as well, because when it gets to the packing house, if there's too much rubbish, it makes it difficult to clean the rubbish away. So the boys always check each bag when they put it in. Very good boys. And this fruit is very robust. Can take quite a lot of bumping and without it damaging the skin, or whereas the gold variety you have to be even very careful. It's very delicate compared to kiwi fruit, and because the green kiwi fruit has the hair on it, it provides much more protection, because the gold fruit has no hair, so easier to damage the skin, whereas with the hair much more difficult to damage the skin.
Quite different between green one and the gold one.
Different way to grow. The way we grow it is quite different. Likely is from a vine that is struggling, whereas the fruit from this bin will be from much more healthy vines, so they've grown bigger fruit. So he might have come from a vine just down there where the vine is just really not as healthy, so a lot more small fruit.
Yes.
That has to be rejected because of the scar on the skin. The housewife doesn't like that.
Yeah. So I know usually have male and female kiwi fruit. How to
The orchard was planted in 1999.
刚刚对着你说，
Could you face me?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Planted in 1999. So what are we now? That's 18 years. After 1 year, we graft the male or the female onto the root, what we call the root stock, which is the plant that has the roots. And then it was about 4 years before we took any fruit off, because by the time the vine grows up,
哦，音乐关掉。
Sorry, the music.
then we get the fruit to come out, because the cane the fruit doesn't grow on the same cane. So we have to lay down new cane each year for the fruit. Quite different to most other fruiting varieties.
So can you point out which is female tree and which is...
Okay. When you look at that tree, what do you think it is? When you look up and along and look across, that's a female. So the vine behind you, when you look up and along, oh, no children, no fruit. So it's a male. And the purpose of the male is to pollinate the female flower. So the females produce all the flowers, and the male pollen pollinates the flower to produce the kiwi fruit.
Wait a moment，徐老师，我让他手往那边指一下，他指的树就是雌树，您跟一下。Okay, could you point the female tree again? Yeah.
Yes.
You can go. You can go.
So the female, from the graft up here, and grows along here and along there, and then the following year they grow, and the next year's growth comes out here, and that growth has the fruit on it. So that's a female plant. The vines over here, this one, when you look up and along, take that fruit away because that cane has come from that vine. But when you look along and look up for the flowers, oh, no flowers.
Yeah.
So that's the male, and we have a ratio of 1 male to 6 females.
So that's male for one row.
Yeah, so if you have a look down the row, there's a male every second post, whereas here there is a female every post. So it's easy for the workers. So we have males down one row, easy to, because the pruning time is different, and the need to prune is quite different to the need to prune the female. Males, we need to keep control of males.
Yeah. Not
Females,
too much.
females, oh yes, must control the males. Females, it's important that they produce as many flowers as possible. Oh.
What what I say.
The female starts to produce the flower in October, and early November the female flower opens out, and the male flower, we have male flower, the pollen on the male flower is transferred by the bees to the female flower, and that results in pollination of the female flower to produce the fruit.
The birds will eat the flower? Or?
Sometimes we have trouble more with the birds getting the bud before the flower. So just as the bud is starting to open, the birds like to eat that. But it depends on the time of the year. With the gold, because it's earlier, there isn't as much feed for the birds, so they tend to attack the gold plant more than they do the green. By the time the green flower is ready to open, there's a lot more other feed for the birds, so we don't get the damage in the green that we get in the gold flower.
So usually, what will we do to protect the fruit?
We use bird scaring methods. Bird scaring, so like a gun going boom every 5 minutes, boom, just to chase the birds away.
So you will stay here?
No, you have it automatically set up. So, and they will start at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and by 10 o'clock in the morning, the birds have had enough feed and they've gone to feed their babies or build their nests or whatever. So all of the damage is done from about 6 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock.
So ejaculation is a machine to make sound like
Yeah.
a gun.
Yeah, just like a gun. Yeah.
So where you put the machine?
Oh, you can put them anywhere around. In across over here, I would put them. I don't use them, but because this is the green variety, so we don't have quite the same problem. The other technique or tool that we have is a spray, which we spray around the outside of the orchard, and it creates a smell that the birds don't like, so they stay away. And it's not an issue for the flower, it's not an issue for the plant. It just means that there's a smell there that the birds don't like.
And the cameraman will follow you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'll just stay slightly in lead so you don't
Yeah.
block me out.
See, now look at this. This one's been bruised
Oh, it's
and it
nasty.
started to ripen and the birds have been in there.
Okay.
So it's no good, no good. But all these are nice and firm, you know. We've got a good bricks level, a good sugar level at the moment, and we'll start harvesting these tomorrow.
Yes.
But some of these fruit, see that one's too wide, and it'll go to the Australian market. It's not a class 1 fruit, it goes
So
to
it's only
Australia.
the stuff with actual damage on the skin that gets juiced.
Yeah,
So
it goes
it's
in the juice.
true reject.
Yeah, true reject. And so you get this one here, it's not very well shaped and sort of squarish. The pollination, and the same with that one, that's bad pollination. Okay?
Pollination.
Yeah, bad pollination and it gets misshapen. So we thinned most of those off though, Alex. That's what you're going through in January, thinning off.
How
So
much would you take off then?
Less than 10%,
Less than 10%.
but it's 10% that doesn't go into the pack house that I get charged for because it's slowing the throughput in the grader.
Yes.
And
meanwhile, that 10% energy and nutrient and sunlight goes into viable fruit.
yeah, you grow the other ones bigger if you do that.
So
And
please
there's-
go
there's-
further. Yeah, go
Keep
further.
moving it.
And there's some wind rub, where two fruit have been rubbing together
So
in the
has
strong
that gone
wind.
through the skin or just taken the hair off?
No, it's gone through the skin. But the fruit won't go rotten there. Kiwi fruit are very good like that. It won't go rotten, but it will ripen up early.
Okay.
Okay, so again, you have to take it out.
And does it get gas control?
Yeah, it gets out of control.
So that naturally releases the gas that you were releasing in that boat trip you did.
Yes, and here's some Hayward marks here. Now they're not very much, but look, if you rub that,
It'll still go
it breaks off and there's a little break in the skin, so we can't store that fruit.
And that'd be much
Right.
easy. That'd be really easy to miss in the grater.
Yeah,
So we can go for
we go
for
more.
several.
The use of the light across the whole row.
Yeah, spreading the load and the light capture, everything.
Yeah,
Suppose the better space too, you get more fruit with less.
sunlight on each leaf, you know, to keep them all growing evenly and
Sure.
also ripening evenly. Okay?
Okay.
If it's way down,
Yeah.
this one is not ideal, but see, it's got no leaf on it,
Yeah.
so it won't grow as much later
won't
as this
backfeed?
one here with all the leaves on it.
Won't backtrack through the canes? or
No,
another cane?
not as much, not as
Okay.
much. Oh, we get that. You see, so I mean that level there,
There's a
that's
lot of
about
fruit there.
11,500 trays a hectare. That's what we've been picking out, and that's pretty good this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, really content with that.
The eggs and
Rusty dog, what are you doing? Come over here. See, so look how many seeds are there.
you tell us when you'd like us to start moving.
Yeah.
已经开始了吗？
See,
You can
so the average Hayward flower, got this one, and it's really well pollinated, right? So with plenty of black seeds,
Yes.
and yet to pollinate Hayward takes 36 visits on each flower from a bee. So it takes a lot of pollination, or else you blow pollen on. Whereas gold kiwi fruit take far less effort to pollinate. They're much easier to
Less visits
pollinate.
from a bee, so
Need less bees, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so then we come along. And again, see, on the outside, the bees don't like working.
So that's what
And-
that is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the same what causes flax?
yeah, same thing. That's just pollination. See, look at the marks. Eh? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
move around.
So if
Yeah,
you anything, you
go that
turn out a little bit with your back out a little
Ah,
bit,
okay.
you're closing off to the camera.
Yep. Yeah. See, so that's wind. Just
Which one?
banging
Is that
together like that.
pollination on the side?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's
That'll
it's
be
all right.
acceptable? It's
Yep.
within-
Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
is that pollination?
Yeah. Now that's a defect in the flower. It's
Okay.
not even due to pollination.